I was gonna do a completely different kind of video for today, and then I heard the new Rolling Stones record, and now I can't think of anything else that I'd rather talk about and think about and discuss than the new Rolling Stones record. And I am kind of the last person, not the last, but I'm not somebody that you would think would be raving about a new Rolling Stones record. I'm not a completist with it. I mean, I have all of their records up to a point, up to this one actually, on vinyl, and I love the classic Rolling Stones. Holy shit, one of my favorite eras of any band, the '60s and '70s stuff. Phenomenal. And the reason why I'm showing what some people consider the worst Rolling Stones record behind me is because I think this was the last time that this Rolling Stones seemed like a band that would just go in the studio and make a record and be done with it in a few weeks or whatever and put it out and not overthink it too much. And until now, I think that everything since this record, Dirty Work, seemed kind of like corporate rock, right? It's like it's tied in with merchandising and a whole tour, and like you almost felt like the record was like the least important thing, and it seemed like there's always tension between Jagger and Richards, but not in a good way. Fighting to get songs on there, trying to stay current, doing all kinds of things that were I don't know, just like not right for the band, and also sort of embracing the sounds of the day and just not sounding very inspired. All of them, to my ears, just sound like Rolling Stones by numbers. Now, it is true, I don't know those albums very well at all. I know Steel Wheels because I first saw the Rolling Stones when I was 17 years old on Steel Wheels on that tour, and I had that tape and I played it a lot. In fact, I had to return it at least once, I think, because it like jammed up in my car stereo because it was such a heavy reel on that tape because it was so long. The record was really quite long. But anyway, even that record, I loved Mixed Emotions, but the rest of it, other than maybe, I think there's maybe a Key song on there I kind of liked. I have no desire to listen to that record at all. In fact, it would probably be met with an eye roll from me. Voodoo Lounge, I never bought it when it came out. I still don't have it. I wouldn't mind having it on vinyl though. I heard it over at a friend's place on vinyl. Didn't know what he was playing. He has a killer stereo, and was like, "Holy crap! What is that? It sounds great." And it was Voodoo Lounge. So clearly, I have a little bit of learning to do, and maybe I could get the Voodoo Lounge, and maybe I'd find that I really like it. But in general, when I've played stuff like that, it just sounds like Rolling Stones by numbers. Beg Bridges to Babylon, I still have not made it all the way through that thing. I constantly look at it and go, how many songs do I have left? How many minutes do I have left? Just does absolutely nothing for me. And A Bigger Bang, I bought when it came out, and I did like it. I thought it sounded pretty good. I thought it sounded a little generic, but it seemed like they were kind of trying. Saw them on that tour. I loved them on Steel Wheels. I mean, I was 17 years old, and my only references to the Stones at that point were Hot Rocks, Dirty Work, the album behind me, and Steel Wheels. But I thought it was great, and it made me like them more. And since then, of course, I've gone very, very deep with the Stones. But I saw them in 2005. It's just one of those things where I don't know if there are too many of us and our seats got really crappy because we bought a block of four, or if we did it last minute. Seems like we did it last minute, and I know I wasn't the one that bought the tickets, but it was just looking down at this band in a huge place, and it did nothing for me. It was cool to see Jagger move about. I mean, the guy's amazing just to watch, but felt very disconnected, and I feel that way about their albums. A bigger bang. I played when it came out probably 4 or 5 times. But I haven't listened to it since, and I kind of skipped around the other day to see if it still sounded okay to me, and it kind of did, but this new one, when I heard "Angry," I loved it. I was like, "Holy crap, this is good." I love the vocal line. I love the melody. Jagger sounds really good. It's a catchy little tune. The guitars sound great in it. It has like an energy to it that I think had been missing. So I had been like thinking this album is going to be pretty good and really anticipating it. And I have not had the release date of any of those other Rolling Stones records on my calendar or looking forward to them at all, besides just checking them out when I got around to it. So I was eager to hear the rest of this. I heard that rest of this album. I heard that amazing song that they did with Lady Gaga. I think it's like the second to the last song on the record. Absolutely brilliant. I didn't want to overplay it. I only listened to it like once or twice and like was blown away. Sweet Sounds of Heaven, and that gave me even more hope that this album was gonna be really good. But I was not expecting, and I got a download of it yesterday. I probably played it 4 or 5 times now. I was not expecting such a rock record, such a muscular, fun rock record from the Rolling Stones when they're 80 years old or almost 80. Jagger just turned 80 in 2023. I mean, and people can quibble over, Andrew Watt's influence is too much, or some people are saying they hear auto tune. I don't. I mean, if it's used very well. It just sounds like a really good record. Like they're into it. They're doing it because they want to do it, and they sound like they're proud of these songs. You can hear it. It has an intensity, like I said, I was not expecting. It's kind of relentless. I mean, angry and get close, and then it kind of slows down a little bit, which I love the more stripped down songs on here. Depending on You, probably my favorite is Dreamy Skies, and then of course that Lady Gaga one, and then they end with a Rolling Stone Blues, which is a song by Muddy Waters that actually gave them their name, the Rolling Stones. And it's just Mick and Keith, and it's great too. It's what we all wish that Blue and Lonesome sounded like. But the album just it sounds vital. Mess It Up's kind of a disco song. Some people are like, oh, I'm really, they think that the Charlie Watts songs are the highlight. Honestly, if I didn't know what they were, I would not be able to tell you. I'm not that, I don't have that good of ear for drums where I'd be like, oh, that's not Steve Jordan, which he plays on 10 songs. Charlie plays on 2. And they're not the best songs on the record in my mind. Live by the Sword definitely is starting to open up for me. I feel like every time I play this too, I have a different favorite song. Like right now, it's probably Get Close and Dreamy Skies, and even Live by the Sword. Yeah, Live by the Sword recently is starting to open up for me. Yeah, it's sounding good. But yeah, every single time there's something different. I didn't like Bite My Head Off that much at first. It's the only song to me that sounds a little forced. And it's got Paul McCartney playing bass on it. But to be honest, most of the guest stars on here, including Paul, you wouldn't really know that they're there unless you were told that they were there. I mean, he plays like a fuzzed out bass, but it's not like it's some signature McCartney song. I mean, it would be cooler if he sang backup vocals or something on it. But he's there. But again, it just sounds like a vital record. It sounds like a rock record. It sounds like an organic record. It sounds like something that we've been just wanting them to deliver. Another solid Rolling Stones record that's not this overblown huge spectacle of them trying on different sounds and kind of Rolling Stones by numbers as well. So I'm in love with this record. I think it's great. I was going to do, like I said, a different kind of video, but I can't stop thinking and talking about this and looking at message boards around it. I think that Pitchfork review that came out today is absolutely insane. It's like they had an agenda before they went in. I wonder if they even listened to the record. Whatever, their loss. The other reviews are pretty damn good. I would love to hear what people think of it. Supposedly it's been really hard to get the vinyl. I did order a vinyl copy. The only thing that I dislike strongly about this record is the cover. I think it's about the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. I can't stand. I mean, it looks like a K-Tel record of metal bands from 1985. I mean, it is just, if you saw that poster from any other band and they were coming to a new band that somebody said you should listen to, you'd be like, yeah, right, I'm not listening to that. Or if it was a gig poster, you'd be like, ugh, you'd probably make fun of it. So yeah, I don't like the cover at all. I don't look at that little square on my iPhone when I'm streaming this thing. I got hooked up to my digital analog converter and playing at the best quality I can. And it's the only time I paid 10 extra bucks for a different cover, this Paul Smith one, just so I don't have to look at the other one. I don't know. It seems kind of stupid, but I'm not one of those people that has bought 10 different variations on this album either. I'm sure it's going to sound even better on vinyl. Highly recommend it. The reason why I have this record back here, like I said, is because I think it's their most organic sounding record since this. It's a much better record, which then leads to the question of, well, it's their best record since? I definitely think it's their best record since Dirty Work. I don't think Steel Wheels or Voodoo Lounge or the one I can't get through, but just a Babylon or a Bigger Bang are better than the new one. Better than Dirty Work, for sure. Is it better than Undercover? Yeah, it's definitely better than Undercover the Night. Is it better than Tattoo You? This is usually where people stop. I don't know. I think I like it better right now. I don't know what the future, how I'll look back at it. I just know I don't love Tattoo You. I think it's good. It's mostly a collection of songs that were kind of left over from other sessions. I would probably say it's best since Tattoo You, but going further, is it the best since Emotional Rescue? It's better than Emotional Rescue. Is it the best since Some Girls? Okay, this is where I have to stop. No, but I think it's very similar to Some Girls. It has the same kind of energy as Some Girls. Some Girls is kind of a New York record. Punk was an influence. They were, I think, kind of searching for relevance a little bit after putting out kind of a string of good albums, but not killer albums. Some Girls is killer. So yeah, I won't go further in that, but I will say that I don't think it would be inaccurate to say it's on par with Black and Blue. It's on par with It's Only Rock and Roll. It's a really good Rolling Stones record. It compare to Sticky Fingers, Let It Bleed, Beggar's Banquet, and Exile on Main Street? No, but it certainly has elements. It definitely has elements of those albums. You can hear some Sticky Fingers kind of country on it. You can hear some soul searching, like Exile Main Street type stuff. But it is just a solid new Rolling Stones record, and whoever would have thought that would happen? Not me. I didn't think I'd be making a video all excited about the new Rolling Stones record. But check it out. It's out. It's streaming, and I know for me, I can't wait to get the vinyl, and I think I'm going to play it a lot more. And yeah, it's pretty cool to be in 2023 and have some 80-year-olds giving us some really damn good rock and roll. Have a good weekend, everyone.